Hey guys, what's up? Carter here. Let's do a comparison between a Strider SMF and my Mikkel Willumsen Alamo custom. This is a beast of a knife, and I don't think you can get the full appreciation until you compare it, compare it to an SMF. Look at the size of that freaking thing. Seriously, guys, look at that. Look at how massive that blade is. And not only in overall size, look at the width difference. Look how much wider it is. Look how the liner, the titanium liner on this side, is as thick as the frame lock on this side, making the locking liner as thick as the frame lock. So this is an interesting knife because without these scales you'd still have basically a frame lock, a full titanium frame lock, but then there's G10 scales with thick titanium bolsters over the top of that. I've thought about selling this knife a few times just because, you know, there's no way I could carry it. It's insane. But I can't let it go. This thing is just a work of art. I love this knife. Just the attention to detail, the fit and finish is perfect. Look how it's got on the bolster here, it's got this hollow ground portion right here. Just, you know, a cool little touch. The hardware is bead blasted to match everything. I mean, the attention to detail on this is outstanding. Perfectly centered. It's got a really strong detent, and yet it just flies open. It's got IKBS. Rock solid lockup, doesn't budge any direction. There's the Urban Tactical logo right there. Cool little swoop cutout. Cool recurve blade with this milled out portion here that can be used to open it. And there's no machining marks in there at all. Everything's been completely finished. Let's take a look at blade thickness. The Strider actually looks a tad bit thicker. Just a skosh. Just a tad bit. But look at that. The Strider is almost, it's just barely thicker than the scale, the liner, and the backspacer. Just barely thicker than that. It's got all this cool milling on here. This is actually blue, like dark blue and black stacked G10, and then it's all milled out inside here. Bead blasted pivot, really small bead blasted screws holding the scale on. Excellent work. This is actually one of the earlier customs I bought. This is back when I was into the you know, bigger is better type thing. I really wanted a Crusader Forge or a Kingdom Armory, you know, just those ridiculously large blades. And this one actually really puts all those to shame. Really, really big. Mikkel doesn't, his style's changed a little bit. This is kind of his earlier stuff. He's actually been making knives for a really long time. And I actually prefer his older designs to some of his newer ones. I've got his production Blondie that he did through United Cutlery. If you want to check out that video, you can just do a search on it. But man, this sucker's really cool. You can actually catch the tip right there. That's how the blade to handle ratio goes on there. Sorry, this was going to be a comparison video, but kind of just turned into another show-off video. I just kind of been going through my knives. You know how you do that. You open up your cabinet, you go through your knives. I've also got an ear infection right now, so it makes it sound really weird when I talk. I don't know if that'll come across in the video, but yeah, I've been plagued with ear infections my whole life. Just a little tidbit of information for you. In fact, I've actually lost quite a bit of my hearing because of it. A little bit of a worry, you know. As I get older, I'm kind of worried that I'm going to become pretty much deaf. But anyways, back to the knife. Sucker is just massive. I mean, it's so heavy too. It's, you know, there's no tricks here. It's not like it's amazingly light. It's freaking heavy. I mean, look at all that steel. Look how thick that bolster is. Well, not steel, alloy. Titanium alloy. G10. I forget what kind of steel this is on here. It's not stamped. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm not going to carry this thing. I've thought about doing it just for fun, but you throw this in your pocket, man. It's, I mean, you could carry a freaking Glock 27 for how much this thing weighs. But it's a lot of fun. It just flies open that IKBS. Crazy, crazy, super early lockup. Really easy to disengage. Carbonized lock face. Really cool flipper. Mikkel Willumsen, man, he does some pretty sick stuff. He really does. But yeah, I got out of Striders for a bit, and you know, they came a calling again. So I took some out. I've been playing with them and kind of carrying them around the house and stuff like that. Alright guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I got a movie to finish.